Hello, welcome to Storytime. My name is Miss Christina and I'm a librarian with EVPL. I am so glad that you could join me today. We are going to read a couple of stories about something that flies in the sky. Can you think of something that flies in the sky? You're right. Birds can fly in the sky and some kinds of bugs, but I'm thinking of a machine. Something that people can get inside of and travel far, far, far away. I have a picture of one right here. Any last guesses before I give you the answer? You're right, it's an airplane. Have you ever been inside of an airplane? It is really, really cool. There are all kinds of different planes in the world. There are really big planes and really tiny ones that can only fit 2 people. And every single one has a different job to do. Some of them carry people around the world. Others deliver mail. Some of them, they go so high, they almost go into outer space. But our story today is about a very special plane, several special planes that fight fires. It's called Little Smokey by Robert Newbecker. At NIFC, the National Interagency Fire Center, everyone has a job. Buster is a big plane. He swoops in fast and low to spray water on forest fires. Buster is an air tanker. Bruno is a bigger plane. He scoops up water from lakes and rivers to attack the flames. Bruno is a water scooper. Bertha is the biggest plane. She carries tons of bright red fire retardant to fight the really huge fires. Bertha is a VLAT, a very large air tanker. The littlest plane is new. She has no name yet. At NIFC, you have to earn your name. Look at how tiny she is in comparison to some of the big planes. The summer gets hot. The country grows dry. Fire! Buster, Bruno, and Bertha take off with a roar. Tower, calls the little plane. Can I help? No, little plane, you are too small. Gets left behind. The big planes come home with tales of adventure. The little plane circles the tower, keeping watch. Do you think he's gonna have a chance? Let's see. She practices her flying, venturing farther into the forest each day. Fire! The big planes take off. Vroom. Tower, tower, can I help? No, little plane, you're too small. Buster dives in and sprays the burning trees. Bruno splashes water from the lake onto the fire. Bertha zooms in as low as she can and dumps a huge cloud of, what color is that? Yeah, the fire retardant is red. The flames, they die down. Do you think they've done it? But the wind comes up. Uh-oh. Flash, flare, the fire springs back, larger than ever. Tower, tower, can I help? No, little plane, you're too small. The fire spreads into a canyon. The firefighters are struggling to control it. Bertha flies to the rescue, but she's too big. She can't get close. Bruno tries next. He can't fly low enough. Buster zooms in. The smoke is too thick. The fire is too hot. Tower, calls the little plane. I can fly fast. I can fly low. I can help. Please let me go. Yes, little plane. Go, go. The fire is blazing. The air is scorching. The little plane swoops lower and lower. The little plane pours water down, 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 just in the right place, just enough. The bigger planes soar in to finish the job. When the little plane lands, the firefighters cheer. Hooray! Can you cheer for the little plane? Little plane, you're so fast, growls Buster. Little plane, you're so brave, rumbles Bruno. Little plane, you're so Smokey, roars Bertha. And that is how little Smokey got her name. It's the end of the story. All right, we have one song about airplanes. So we're gonna need wings. Put your arms out. Are you ready to sing about being an airplane? Okay, here we go. I'm an airplane, flying high, flying high. I can tilt this way, I can tilt this way, in the sky, in the sky. I'm an airplane, flying high, flying high. I can tilt that way, I can tilt that way, in the sky, in the sky. I'm an airplane, flying high, flying high. I can make a landing, I can make a landing from the sky, from the sky. Good job! Are you ready for one more story? Because here we go. Okay, our last story is about a different kind of airplane. It's called Paper Planes, written by Jim Helmore and illustrated by Richard Jones. That means that he made the pictures. Mia and Ben were the very best of friends. They lived side by side on the edge of a great wide lake. They sailed together and swung and sang together. But what they loved doing most of all was making planes. In the winter, Mia and Ben would race their planes with the geese above. And in the summer, they would climb into the hills and toss their planes down below, watching them glide home. Mia and Ben were determined to make a plane that could fly all the way across the lake. But it wasn't meant to be. Ben had terrible news. He was leaving. His family was moving to a new home a long way away. Mia and Ben were crushed. Do you know what that means? It means they were really sad. How could they stay best friends if they were so far apart? They promised to never forget one another, and they swapped planes as they said their goodbyes. As the days passed, Mia missed Ben very, very much. She thought of him way over the sea and wondered if he was lonely too. Would you be lonely if your friend moved away? I think I would. Winter came again. But when the geese returned this time, Mia had no one to race planes with. Hot tears fell from her eyes. Mia and Ben would never make a plane that could fly across the lake now. Mia took the plane that she and Ben had given her and smashed it on the ground. She went to bed, feeling hurt and angry. That night, as moonlight crept across her bedroom floor, Mia heard something. Was it the wind? No, it was the sound of distant geese calling and powerful wings beating. Mia crept out of bed and spied something odd with her telescope in the garden below. Can you make a telescope with your hands and peer through? What do you think she sees? Why, it was the plane she had smashed and it was good as new. Mia hurried outside for a closer look. The swish and chatter of geese grew louder, and a wild wind began to blow. As the wind whipped around Mia's plane, it grew big enough for her to climb in. Suddenly, a huge gust whisked Mia and her enchanted plane into the air, up, across the lake, and away. Climbing at a terrific speed, Mia joined the flock of geese. Their silver feathers gleamed in the light of the moon as they rushed through the night. Up ahead, Mia spotted something familiar in the distance. Could it be? What do you think it's going to be? Yes, it was Ben! Waving and smiling. Together, they swooped and skimmed and soared. Mia wished that she could stay forever, But as the sun began to rise, she knew that it was time to go. And in the beat of a wing, Mia woke up and found herself back in her bedroom. At breakfast time, a package arrived for her. Inside was a brand new plane, but it had no wings. There was also a note. It says, "Dear Mia, I really need your help to finish this. No one else can make wings like you. Love, Ben." Mia remembered her dream with Ben and the geese. Ben might be far away, but that didn't mean that Mia had lost him forever. So she sat down at her table and got to work on the wings Ben had asked for. Mia thought of the geese with their long necks stretching and their wide wings beating. And over the weeks, she worked and she worked and she worked. In the springtime, it was finally ready. Are you ready to see it? Mia fixed her wings onto the plane Ben had sent her and went down to the water's edge. She threw the plane up into the air, and it soared higher than any plane she and Ben had ever made before. Mia and Ben could still make planes together, the best planes in the world, and they would always stay friends. For now, not even an ocean could keep them apart. The end. Are you glad that they got to still make planes together and still be friends? I know I am. Have you ever made a paper airplane before? If you would like to make your very own paper airplane, just keep watching and follow the instructions.